Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. Before we read, let's invoke the blessing of the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ईश्वरा परमा कृष्णः सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहः अनादिरादिर्गोविन्दः सर्वकारणकारणम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So dear devotees, we have been reading from the book Trinadapi Sulichena by Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj. Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj ki jai. Just 1 minute. So we have been reading the chapter Prem Rasa, the loving mellow, and we are at page number 181. The receptacle is your heart. Another question arises. You can put cow's milk in an earthen pot, but can you put a lioness milk in the same type of pot? No, because a lioness milk is very strong. If you put it in earthen pot, which is porous, it will crack and everything will pour out. To hold lioness milk, you need a golden pot. Similarly, Mahaprabhu gives Prema Rasa, a loving mellow, and you must approach him with a proper non-porous container. It is said that Chaitanya is like a lion, Chaitanya Simha. He roars like a lion. He has shoulders and waist of a lion, and he was born on the full moon evening of the month of Falguna, during the zodiac constellation of Leo, the lion. Therefore, he is Simha, Chaitanya Simha. Consequently, when he gives Prema Rasa, what type of container is required to receive it? The proper receptacle is the heart. You cannot receive it with your hands or container other than your heart. Only with that container you can receive the Prema Rasa given by Mahaprabhu. You should first examine your heart to check that there are no holes in it. Is it a pure heart? If there are holes or nasty things in it, how can you receive Prema Rasa? Lust, anger, greed, pride, arrogance, and envy are nasty things. These are the holes in the container. Though Mahaprabhu gives Krishna Prem indiscriminately to one and all, why is it that not everyone is receiving it? How will our hearts be free from all these nasty things? How can we take care of the heart so that we may receive Mahaprabhu's mercy and make a success of our human birth? Four constituents. Mahaprabhu gives prema through the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. If your chanting is pure, offenseless, then you will definitely get Krishna prema. Do not commit any offenses, nama prad. Chant the holy name purely. Mahaprabhu gives prema through chanting, but he also gives a condition. Trinadapi sunichena, taroriva shahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniye sadahari. The container of the heart should be made of these four constituents. Trinadapi Sunichena. We should think of ourselves as humbler than a blade of grass lying in the street. Taroriva Sahishnuna. We should be as tolerant as tree. Amanina. We should not demand respect for ourselves. And Manadena. Rather, we should give respect to one and all. Mahaprabhu is the giver and you are the receiver. If your pot is not made of or made of these constituents, how can you receive? To explain this verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj has written Uttama Hana Apanake Mane Trinadhama Dui Prukare Sahishnutta Kare Vrasa Sama. These are the symptoms of one who chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Although he is very exalted, he thinks himself lower than the grass on the ground, and like a tree, he tolerates everything in two ways. Vriksha yena kati leha kichu na bolaya. Sukana maleha kare pani na magaya. When a tree is cut down, it does not protest. And even when drying up, it does not ask anyone for water. Iye magaya tare deya apana dana. Gharma vrasti sahe anera kareye raksana. The tree delivers its fruits and flowers and whatever it possesses to anyone and everyone. It tolerates scorching heat and torrents of rain, yet it still gives shelter to others. Uttama Hana Vaishnava Habe Nira Abhimana Jive Sammana Dive Jani Krishna Adhisthana. Although a Vaishnava is most exalted person, he is prideless and gives all respect to everyone, knowing everyone to be resting place of Krishna. A Vaishnava is a very elevated person, but his mood is I am the lowest of the low. Everyone is superior to me. No one is able to, no one is below me. That is Trinadapi Sunichena. He has no pride at all. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna states Dhambo darpo abhimanasya krodha parusyam evacha अज्ञानानां चाभिजातस्य पार्थसम्पादमासुरीम्. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature, O son of Pratha. Pride is a demonic quality. A Vaishnava is prideless. He gives respect to one and all because Krishna Adhisthana. He sees Krishna in the heart of everyone. He does not respect even a tiny ant because he sees their relationship with Krishna. This is Krishna's jiva. This is complete Krishna consciousness, knowing everyone's heart to be the resting place of Krishna. E mata hana, e Krishna nama laya. Shri Krishna charane tanara prema upajaya. If one chants the holy name of Krishna in this manner, one will certainly awakens one's dormant love for Krishna's lotus feet. Just 1 minute, dear devotees. ई माता हाना येई कृष्ण नाम लाया, Shri Krishna Charane Tanara Prema Upajaya. If one chants the holy name of Krishna in this manner, one will certainly awakens one's dormant love for Krishna's lotus feet. Next, our container has many holes. This is the condition given by Mahaprabhu. Though he gives Krishna Prema, though we may chant for many years, still we will not achieve that Prema if we do not follow his teachings. We are not taking care of the pot. Our heart is container in which we can receive prema rasa given by Mahaprabhu. But we have not examined that pot. Our pot has many holes that although he gives everything just pours out. We must understand this. Krishna has said that pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance are demoniac characteristics. Demons are generally proud, puffed up persons. However, one who has come to the path of devotional service, bhajana patha or bhakti patha, should not be proud at all. One should be very humble and much humbler than a blade of grass. A Vaishnava is very elevated person, but he always thinks, I am the lowest of the low. Mahaprabhu was teaching this, not theoretically, but practically. Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary person. He is Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality. Matta Partaram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya. No one is superior to me, O Arjuna. However, when Krishna, whose theoretical speaker, comes in the form of Mahaprabhu, which means a bhakta, devotee, he is very humble and teaches practically. The point is to show how humble Mahaprabhu is. Trinadapi Sunichena, one should think himself much humbler than a blade of grass. Unless you have such a mood, you cannot develop pure devotion, nor can you chant the pure name. Demons are generally proud, but a Vaishnava should not be proud at all. If a person has pride, he cannot chant the pure name. He cannot develop pure devotion, and he cannot become a Vaishnava at all. Otherwise, he is only a great pretender, a demon in the guise of a Vaishnava. Mahaprabhu crushed Vallabhacharya's pride. Sometimes devotees also develop pride. When this happens, Krishna crushes their pride. Sri Vallabhacharya is a Vaishnava. He is the founder of Pushti Marg, but he had developed pride. Once Vallabhacharya came to Mahaprabhu and said that he had written a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, but he has not touched the commentary of Sridhar Swami. As such, this was to be completely new commentary. Mahaprabhu became angry because he felt that Vallabhacharya was arrogant and proud of not following Sridhara Swami. Mahaprabhu said, Sridhara Swami, Guru Hari, Guru Kari Mani. If you want to write something about Srimad Bhagavatam, you must approach Sridhara Swami as Guru. One who does not accept the Swami, Swami literally means husband. One who does not accept Swami is a prostitute. In this way, Mahaprabhu crushed Vallabhacharya's pride. On another occasion, Vallabhacharya approached Advaitacharya with a question. Krishna is the only Purusha or male, and Jiva is the feminine like a wife. Because Jiva is Shakti Tattva, it is duty of the chaste wife not to utter her husband's name. But all of you chants name of Krishna. How can this be called religious principle? According to Vedic etiquette, a chaste and devoted wife will never utter the name of her husband. If they have a children, a wife might say, Oh, is Rama's father there? However, she will never directly say her husband's name. Advaita Acharya said, You had better ask this question to Mahaprabhu. Therefore, then Vallabhacharya posed that to him. The Lord replied, A devoted wife will do whatever her husband has asked. Therefore, when husband says, chant my name, then devoted wife will do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What a reply Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. In this way, on many occasions, Vallabhacharya's pride was crushed by Mahaprabhu, and thereby he received the Lord's mercy. So we'll stop here before we start next section. Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj ki jai. So now we are reading Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita, and Friday Ishwar Krishna Prabhu read, so let me check where he left. So page number 60 in Los Angeles. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj ki jai. In Los Angeles, Rameshwara had only completed the lease agreements for the new building for the press. The BBT artist had just arrived, and editors, proofreaders, and other production workers would soon be coming. The press had purchased a computer typesetters, and devotees were being trained to use it. Carpenters knocked down walls to build a photo lab and dark room. Additional plumbing had to be installed. An entire press had to be set up within 1 month. Srila Prabhupada was coming in June, and everything would have to be ready and running. By the time Srila Prabhupada reached Hawaii in May, the press in Los Angeles was preparing for operation. Srila Prabhupada's secretary phoned Los Angeles often. Prabhupada is angry. He keeps talking about the unpublished books. You would better be prepared when he arrives. Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha had investigated the necessities and difficulties in printing Chaitanya Charitamrita manuscript, which they concluded would come to 17 volumes. One of the main volumes they discovered was the lack of an expert Bengali editor. Most of Chaitanya Charitamrita was in Bengali, although BBT editors were experienced in Sanskrit because they were not proficient in Bengali. The work was progressing slowly. Also, Srila Prabhupada wanted many paintings in his books, and the art department would need many months to meet his request. Never before had the BBT lagged so far behind Srila Prabhupada. Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha straining their brains to produce books quickly and efficiently, devised a stepped up production schedule. By the old schedule, they could publish a book every 3 or 4 months. But on a new schedule, they decided they could produce a book a month. In that way, they would eventually catch up with Srila Prabhupada. Rameshwara was eager to present Prabhupada with this plan when he came to Los Angeles. More phone calls came from Prabhupada's secretary. Prabhupada had heard about the preparation of the press building, but he had also heard that his name had not been displayed on the front of the BBT building. He was always inconsistent to preserve ISKCON's disciplic succession, foreseeing that unless ISKCON stressed A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami as the founder Acharya, in future persons might claim their rights of ISKCON leadership or of ownership of ISKCON property. In the rush for completing the buildings, the BBT managers had overlooked this important detail. June 20, 1975. On arriving in Los Angeles, Srila Prabhupada received a joyous welcome. He was accompanied by leading sannyasi and GBC secretaries, including Kirtananda Swami, Vishnu Jana Swami, Brahmananda Swami, Tamal Krishna Goswami, and others. Later, sitting in his room, one of his favorites in all of the ISKCON, he spoke only briefly about backlog of unprinted books. He seemed mildly disturbed, but said little. He was very pleased, however, to see the temple and the deities of Rukmani Dwarkadhish. In his short arrival speech, he had explained why he was so urgently pressing his disciples to produce his books. I have no personal qualification, he had said from plushly upholstered Vyasasana. But I simply try to satisfy my Guru, that's all. My Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, you print books. So there was a private meeting talking. Some of my important God brothers also were there. It was in Radha Kunda. So Guru Maharaj was speaking to me that since we have got this Bhag Basar marble temple, there has been so much dissension and everyone thinking who will occupy this room or that room. I wish therefore to sell this temple and marble and print some books. Yes, so I took up this from his mouth, and he is very fond of books. And he had told me personally, if you get some money, print books. Therefore, I am stressing on this point. Where is the book? Where is the book? So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books as possible in as many languages as possible and distribute throughout the whole world. Then Krishna conscious movement will automatically increase. The next morning, while walking on the Venice beach, Srila Prabhupada delivered an extraordinary ultimatum. Surrounded by devotees, he walked along, poking the sand softly with his cane. These 17 volume unpublished, he began, are a great problem for our movement? Yes, Prabhupada. Rameshwara responded, attentive and concerned. The other devotees also nodded, commiserating. Something must be done. Yes, Prabhupada continued. They must be published immediately. Yes, Prabhupada. Rameshwara replied obediently. Quote, so I think they can be printed in 2 months, Srila Prabhupada said conclusively. Rameshwara was not sure he had heard correctly. The press had only just opened. The artists did not even have the lights in their room. 2 months was illogical, impossible. Now was the moment to tell Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, the plan for increased production. Rameshwara stepped closer. Srila Prabhupada, he began. We have been meeting about this, and now that press is finally here and established, I think we can increase production 4 times. We think that now we can go from producing one book every 4 months to producing one of your books every month. Now both Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha were walking together beside Srila Prabhupada, with Tamal Krishna Goswami and Brahmananda Swami walking on his other side. One book every month, Srila Prabhupada said, if thinking out loud and considered it, that means over 1 year. It is not fast enough. The other devotees looked over at Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha, who glanced at each other. You have to do all the books in 2 months' time, Srila Prabhupada said again. They had clearly heard it this time, and two managers were stunned in disbelief. Srila Prabhupada, Rameshwara said, I think that's impossible. Maybe we can go faster. Srila Prabhupada suddenly stopped walking, planting his cane firmly in the sand. He turned to Rameshwara and said, without anger but very gravely, impossible is a word found in the Fool's Dictionary. Suddenly, Rameshwara realized his spiritual life was not on the line. To say impossible now would mean he had no faith in Krishna's representative, no faith in power of God. He must throw away his material estimations and rational common sense. While Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha stood speechless, Srila Prabhupada resumed walking, accompanied by the others. The two devotees hurried to catch up. But now everyone looked at them as if to say, "Come on, stop doubting. You have to do it." Rameshwara asked Srila Prabhupada if he could discuss this with other devotees at press and then report back. "Oh, yes," Prabhupada replied, "whatever is required." Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha dropped back while Srila Prabhupada and the others continued down the beach. Srila Prabhupada returned to the temple and toured the new press facilities, the graphic arts building and editorial building. While walking outside on a second floor veranda, he noticed below a 2 foot strip of bare earth running between two buildings. He seemed annoyed and said they should plant grass there. In the layout room, a transparency of baby Krishna carrying Nanda Maharaj's shoes was on the light table, and Srila Prabhupada began laughing when he saw it. He approved of new typesetting equipment, which worked faster than the previous equipment. And when devotees demonstrated it for him, he remarked that in India he had dreamed of having such a press. In Radha Vallabha's office, Prabhupada sat in the production manager's chair, looked up at the large bulletin board that displayed all steps in the production of a book. He laughed and said, "For someone like me, this makes it even more complicated." Srila Prabhupada walked into every room, into two buildings, and saw all the equipment. This modern technology was fine, he concluded, as long as they could use it to meet the deadlines of 17 books in 2 months. Otherwise, their equipment was like the technology of material scientists who tried to go to the moon, useless. All through the morning program in the temple, Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha tried to concentrate on chanting their japa and Prabhupada's class, but they could think of was arranging for the production of 17 volumes in 2 months. And by the time they met with press workers, they had become convinced it could be done. It was as if some mystical power was going to descend. Somehow or other, it could be done. So they presented the plan and convinced the other workers. "It can be done," Rameshwara said later, talking with Srila Prabhupada. "Hmm," Srila Prabhupada replied. "But there were some conditions," Rameshwara said. "For the Bengali editing to go smoothly, the editors would have to be able to regularly consult Srila Prabhupada." Immediately, Prabhupada agreed, and adding that he was prepared to stay in Los Angeles as long as necessary to ensure that they met the 2 month deadline. Another condition Rameshwara raised was that the artist would be working as quickly as humanly possible, but the paintings might not be of best quality. A blind uncle is better than no uncle, Srila Prabhupada said. When Rameshwara mentioned that the artist would have many technical questions, Prabhupada agreed to make time to answer them. He also agreed that the photographs of Indian holy places connected with Chaitanya Leela could be used to supplement the paintings. After their meetings with Srila Prabhupada, Rameshwara and Radha Vallabha felt that they had a chance. They left Srila Prabhupada's room, running down the stairs. The marathon was on. So this finishes this chapter 1, and tomorrow we'll start chapter 2, Preaching to America, part 1. So we'll stop here in the interest of time. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Satsvarup Das Goswami Maharaj ki jai. So anybody have any question, comments, chastisement, realization before we continue chanting? All right, so this is the question. We wrap up our reading. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhayacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Anant Koti Vaishnavid ki Jai. Thank you, dear devotees, for listening to me, and forgive me if I pronounce not correctly. So now we'll continue chanting.